Hey everyone, it's Olivia Loxton. So today I'm going to be reading Chapter 5, Episode 5 of the Winx Saga, Book 3. This is Welcome to Magix. This episode, I would say it's not adaptive from any episode specifically in Winx Club. I know I said that for like another chapter, but I'm very serious about this one. Like, it is heavily, very much like the live-action Winx Saga. It has a lot of scenes that are word for word with just different characters saying those lines. So, yeah. And my two favorite episodes in Season 2 of the live-action Winx Club is the pub episodes, because I feel like they were probably the only good episodes out of Season 2 in my opinion. They really showed the menacingness of Sebastian Valtor. They also showed the weakness of Musa, and I was very glad that she lost her powers. I thought that was very interesting and very cool. But Welcome to Magix is a title for one of the episodes in Season 1. So, I don't know why my Wi-Fi just decided to switch off all of a sudden. So let's get that fixed before we continue. If not, it'll probably work fine without Wi-Fi. There we go. Okay. And now, let's get started. I'm holding a paintbrush. I have a little fidget spinner I've been painting. I painted it blue. Yeah. Just my like for fun. Anyway, let's just get started. Off topic. In Headmistress Darling's office is a meeting with Bloom. Beatrix and Desperar have been missing for 3 days, and that's my responsibility, Bloom, not yours. I've spoken to King Radius, and he'll let us know if she turns up. Look, I trust you'll keep this between us, but Beatrix and Desperar were taken the night of the anniversary party. What? Why didn't you tell anyone? Questioned Bloom. Because people are irrational. They act on emotion, and emotion is good for one thing: magic. I don't want to cause a panic. Shouldn't we be looking for her with every resource at our disposal? If Isabel has her, she might take her magic. This is exactly what she would expect us to think. She wants us to react. And Bloom, you are the most powerful resource. Isabel knows how powerful you are because she captured you in the past. If she gets access to your magic again, she could vaporize an entire room, or worse. Isabel hasn't come for you yet, but she will. I'm not worried about Isabel. I'm more prepared this time. I have the dragon flame, said Bloom as she showed off how much control she has over her power. Bloom, the dragon flame won't protect you from a knife in the back. Blood witches fight dirty. And you have no idea what kind of danger this world is in this world, but I do, and it's my job to protect you from them, not yours. So please stay here where it is safe. I will handle Beatrix. I'm heading over to Red Fountain to introduce a new teacher. Please stay at Alfea. I'll try, replied Bloom. As Headmistress Darling ends the meeting, Bloom heads back to her room. Meanwhile, Aisha gets ready at the river for a swim. As she stretches, she spots something coming out of the water. It was Naboom. Aisha, I was hoping I would see you out here, said Naboo as he stepped out of the whippoorwill and grabbed his towel. I was hoping I wouldn't. It's a quiet spot. Nice and private. Well, you know how specialist workouts are, crowded and tedious, and I was hoping that if I ran into you, we would be able to talk, explained Naboo. Aisha looked down where Naboo was standing and saw that he was tripping all over her stuff. Aisha, can we talk? My bag is down there. Why are you dripping? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to. assured Naboo. Don't say sorry. Do better. So does this mean you're going to be start coming out here a lot? I'm going to keep coming out here until we talk. I don't want to talk to you, Naboo. I don't even want to see you. I'm done with you. I've said all I need to say. Aisha, please. Maybe we can work out some sort of schedule for swims. No need to cross paths, suggested Aisha, ignoring his plea. Fine. Schedule away. Naboo walked away as Aisha jumped into the river. In Red Fountain, Mistress Darling has the specialist line up with bow and arrows while she introduces a new teacher. We don't know much about scrapers. We do know that fairy magic is ineffective against them, which is why now is the time for the specialist must shine. So I hired a new teacher. You guys are gonna like this. Announced Mistress Darling as a new professor stepped forward. I am Professor Salandine, and I will be taking over range combat, the primary method of taking down scrapers. Let's see what you got. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Professor Salandine is a character who was in the first season of the original Winx Club, and he was, he had an assistant whose name does not ring a bell. He had black hair. But Professor Salandine is old. And so this Professor Salandine is a little bit younger. It is played by a younger actor. And I did that simply because I just figured it would make more sense for a younger person to be teaching them than an elderly person. Yes, elderly people have lots of wisdom, but not the kind of wisdom that I am looking for. So, that is simply why I picked the actor that I picked. And it was, if you guys have seen Shang-Chi, it is the actor who plays his dad. So, my Wi-Fi is still a little bad, so I don't want to necessarily take up a lot of time to look up some random actor on my laptop. Anyway, let's continue. Said Professor Salandine, as specialists aim and fire their arrows at random targets, he continues talking as specialists practice firing theirs. Now, combat won't be as easy as hitting a single target. Bulgers and scrapers will attack together. During the practice, Mistress Darling had called all the mind fairies to the area to help with a training exercise. Mind fairies can protect specialists from Blood Witch magic. Musa, would you help with a demonstration? Musa hesitated before answering. Last year, her magic hurt people around her. Musa has been more cautious than usual with her magic this year. Could I just sit this one out? My magic isn't always helpful. I need more practice and control over it. Musa, you're one of the strongest mind fairies in the school. I wouldn't be asking you unless I believed you could do it. Besides, your magic is limited only by your will. You can do this, Musa. Come on, just focus. Musa breathed in deeply and then got up from her seat. As Mr. Darling led her to Riven for a training exercise, Musa began to use her powers to reach for Riven's mind. Her eyes lit up a pinkish purple as she grabbed a hold of Riven's mind. I've got him, announced Musa. Good. Now protect him while I simulate an attack, instructed Mistress Darling, as her eyes lit up purple with her while she used her power to attack Riven's mind. Musa fought against Farah. Riven could feel both of them in his head. It was a very unpleasant feeling. I can feel you, Musa. Push me away. Musa did her best to push Farah out of her mind, but Farah was very powerful. Musa was unable to push her out, causing Riven to miss the target. It's okay, Musa. Just need more practice. Musa walked away upset as she headed to her room. Meanwhile, Stella searches Beatrix's room for clues as to where she is. Stella doesn't find any clues. She keeps texting Beatrix, hoping she'll respond with answers. Stella walks back to her room. Bloom joins her in the hallway. They enter the suite and immediately hear music blasting from Musa's speakers as Tekna, Flora, Aisha, and Musa seem to be getting ready for some kind of party. Flora, did you say something? Asked Musa loudly because she wasn't able to hear Flora. Hair up or down? Asked Flora as she picked up her hair to show how it would look up or down. Up or down? Flora, I'm sure it looks fine down or up. So you people can hear me. Maybe Bloom or Stella can help me. This looks fun, right? It's cute. But what are y'all doing? I thought the school was on lockdown, questioned Bloom. Word is Darling and Silver are headed out to the kingdom of Solaria for help in tracking down Isabel. So we're going to hit up a high-class place that sells a variety of fancy and magical drinks in Blackbridge called Magix, explained Tecna as she put on some earrings. We? Yes, we. As in this week has been a lot and we could use a break, especially you. Aren't you forgetting Isabel is still out there stealing magic from fairies? Warned Bloom, who was not wanting to disobey Headmistress Darling's orders. Aren't you forgetting that we are powerful fairies who won't let fear stop us from living our lives? Replied Flora, trying to assure Bloom that everything was going to be fine. Not to mention we have the Dragon Flame. Also, there will be lots of people around, super safe. Your last, Bloom, go get ready. Stella! Are you going to join this craziness? Asked Bloom to Stella, who had walked into her room not wanting to get involved. As if I'm going to give the commoners the satisfaction of seeing a princess in a place that might be high class, but you don't normally see royalty there. No. Have fun then! You're missing out, commented Musa. Bloom decides to go get ready. Once ready, the Winx minus Stella leave for Magix. Once there, they are joined by other students from Alfea, including Sky, Brandon, Ribbon, Timmy, and Helia. The students party and have fun together. Many of the students enjoy fancy magical drinks as they talk about many things. During the party, Ribbon decides to craft some drinks for Musa, Tecna, and Flora. Okay, ladies, I have 3 drinks for you here that are sure to pack a punch. A digital life for the telepath, a very modern drink with iced black coffee and a hints of mocha, maple, lavender, and dried blueberries. Thanks, Rev. Said Tecna as she took a sip of the drink. For you 4, a sparkling nectar. It's basically a fizzy glass of apple cider with pomegranate and rose syrup, said Ribbon as he passed the drink to Flora. That's really lovely, thank you, said Flora as she took a sip. And Leslie Musa, I made you a red berry smoothie. It has strawberries, blackberries, and raspberries. Enjoy. Thank you, Rev, said Musa as she also took a sip of her smoothie. While the 3 girls drank, Flora texted Stella saying, "Wish you were here." Back at Alfea, Stella receives a text while trying to contact Beatrix. Stella decides to phone Beatrix. She doesn't answer. Instead, Stella is answered by a voice memo saying, "I cannot imagine why you be calling, not texting." Once the voice memo is finished, Stella left a voicemail message saying, "Yeah, I figured this was a long shot, but you still haven't responded to any of my texts. I was just hoping that if I called you, you would assure me that you're okay, and I know that your mission for Headmistress Darling is top secret, but I hope it's going well. Sorry for this rather pathetic voicemail. Just call me back when you can, or text me. I know you're going to hate me for saying this, but I'm really worried about you." Stella ends the phone call and continues to hope for the best. Back at Magix, Bloom, who wasn't entirely on board with leaving Alfea, calls Sebastian to see if he has any information on where Beatrix might be. And Despora. I forgot to put that in. There we go. Thank you for being with me, Sebastian. I know this is probably a long shot, but you said you may have information, and I know you want to help. I will offer you some kind of payment. Don't worry about payment, Bloom. My help is free. And I can help you. So if it was Isabel or Nurbridge working with Isabel, or most likely option Claire Griffin, I know a way they would have gotten into the anniversary party last night. Why is Griffin the most likely option to have taken Beatrix and Despora? They have a history, and besides, Griffin is a bully. She's always trying to get whatever she wants at the cost of everyone else. And might I know, bullies are people who should always consider and always hate. I certainly hate them. Noted, commented Bloom. Anyway, I come bearing gifts, said Sebastian as he pulled out a lot of files and handed them to Bloom. Bloom takes the files and takes the rubber band that held the papers together off. That's a lot of paper. That is a lot of paper. It's a big catering company. You really think that's how they got in? Through catering? Think about it this way. Caterers are everywhere. They're practically invisible. So it would be easy for them to just slip in and out. I pulled backgrounds on all employees plus contractors so we can cross-reference between Beatrix, Despora, and the fairies who got their magic taken and see if there are any links. Guess it's a good place to start. I'll get started on it now. Now, here's in magics. Bloom responded with a head nod. Alright, so I do not condone sneaking out of school that is on lockdown. Never, wouldn't think about it. But I equally do not condone sitting in a high-class place, avoiding your friends, and doing work. I'm the only fairy that can take on a blood witch. And I have a history with them. I just got to stay clear. They don't even know about Beatrix or Despora yet. I just don't know how they're going to react. I get it. So you're the only one I can tell. Totally. But you're also a teenager, Bloom. Don't forget that. Said Sebastian as his phone dinged from a text message. Sebastian takes out his phone and looks at the text message. I got to run, but put all your drinks on my tab. Have fun. Act your age. Bye. Sebastian leaves Magix as Bloom decides to ignore his advice and just work instead. The people around her, including her friends, continue to have fun drinking and dancing. Flora decides to make a drink for Ribbon since he made her one. Once the drink is done being made, she brings it to him. Thank you, Flora. I had no idea you were a concoctionist. There's a lot of things you don't know about me, noted Flora. The drink is really good, though. Who knew grape juice would taste better with a dash of blackberry syrup? And do I taste a bit of Coca-Cola in this drink? I just splashed a little bit of it in the drink. Well, it all tastes really good together. You got a name for this concoction? I call it the Maverick Mirage, answered Flora. Cool name! Well, I think this is the nicest thing you've ever done for me. Well, I thought that's what we were doing today, acting nice, pointed out Flora as she took a sip of her drink. Flora took a breath before continuing to speak. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here, but Musa is one of my best friends, so if you do anything to her, relax. We're just having a bit of fun, assured Ribbon as he cut off whatever Flora was about to say. Except you don't have fun. You ruin people. I know that firsthand. And before you say you've changed, I know that you go girl from girl. The way I see it, anyone who even consider having a relationship with you should be afraid. Afraid of what, Flora? Afraid of getting hurt, or afraid that you'll eventually get bored and move on. Think what you want, Flora, but I do care about Musa, assured Riven as he walked from the table with his drink, leaving Flora alone to think about what she just said. Meanwhile, deep in the woods, Griffin meets with a mysterious blood witch who hid his or her face during the meeting. Apologies for the cloak and dagger, but as you can tell, I don't want people to know who I am, hence the mask. Pointing out the blood witch who was masked too. Whose voice was masked too. As they spoke, Griffin couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman speaking. I see, but you did call me out here, so you obviously want something from me, pointed out Griffin. You see, I need you for my plan. A plan that will make blood witches be feared once more by fairies. Well, I don't know if I'm the right choice for this plan. You see, I've been hiding for quite some time, only coming out when it's worth the risk. So I ask you, is this plan worth the risk? It's not a matter of if it's worth the risk or not. It's a matter of, are you going to do this willingly? Or will I have to force you with my magic? Do you know the basic laws of magic? See, just like a fairy can control my blood, just like a fairy, you can't control my blood. You know why? Because we're the same. Both blood witches. No, you're no more powerful than I am. See, that's where you're wrong. I'm no ordinary blood witch. I'm someone much more powerful than you could ever imagine. I only know one person who's like that, and I know for a fact he has no interest in putting blood witches back on top. He just wants power. You're mistaken. The man you knew has changed a lot since you left him and betrayed him. I find it hard to believe because he and I searched for great power together, and deep down I knew, no matter how many times I denied it, that he was going to hoard all the power to himself. So I did the only thing that I thought would protect me and my daughter. Explained Griffin. I would have shared the power with the woman I loved, amid the blood witch. So now what? Because I will never be part of any plan that involves you in it. I know your true intentions. You will never unite the blood witches against fairies. You will rule them, and no one should lead the blood witches. We should stand united against the fairies. That's unfortunate, because I really wanted you to do this willingly. But now it seems that I have to force you, announced the blood witch as he began to use his magic to take control of Griffin. I really did love you, Claire. And I you, Valtor, replied Griffin as Valtor finally took control of her mind. Oh, why this chapter has a lot of words left out. Griffin falls to ground unconscious, ready to be used for the plan. Isabel, who had been listening in on the conversation, steps out from behind the tree. I want you to hear. Enough. Doesn't matter what she says. Griffin needs to pay for what she's done to both of us. I have waited for so long to do this to her. It's time I used Griffin for something that I should have used. That I should have used her for a long time ago. To hopefully see her be killed by the one person who has been a thorn in my side for too long. Bloom. Isabel just looked at him with a smile and said everything. A smile that said everything, as they turned to look down at Blackbridge, ready to see their plan take action. In magic, Bloom continues to busy herself with files that seem to be getting her nowhere. She decides to take a break and find Sky. She finds him on the roof of the building, on the phone with Headmaster Silva. Bloom could hear their conversation. Do you have any idea how dangerous it is out there? Questioned Saul, who was probably back at Althea worrying about Sky. Oh yeah, it's terrifying, said Sky sarcastically. Oh, please try to be back before sundown. I'll be back at a reasonable hour, Saul. I just want to feel free from my duties as a prince and my father's grasp, explained Sky. I know, just be careful, Sky. I will. Bye. He ended the phone call. Sky turns around to find Bloom sitting at a wooden table. You okay? I'm fine. I just finally feel like my own person, you know? Free from his grasp, explained Sky, who was referring to his father. Don't you think your father is trying to just look out for you? Assured Bloom. Yeah, but the way he's going about it is wrong. He doesn't care about me or you, Bloom. He just wants my life to go his own way. Maybe, but maybe things are just more complicated than they seem, suggested Bloom. Maybe, but I doubt that. Replied Sky. You know what? Said Bloom as she got up, grabbing Sky's attention and the drink beside him. What? I think you're right. I think we just need to let loose, answered Bloom as she took a big sip of the drink. Okay, that kind of let loose. Yeah, let's do it, said Sky as he got up and took Bloom's hand back inside. They are joined by their friends, who all decide to dance together. Flora dances with Helia, Tekna dances with Timmy, Raven dances with Musa, Brendan and Aisha just dance with everyone else. After a while, Musa grabs a drink at a table and is joined by Raven. You okay? I'm fine. I'm just thinking about what happened this morning during training. I was almost able to push Dali out of your head. Then she overpowered me. I could feel you though this morning. Even though the feeling was painful at times, it made me realize something. Dali is one of the strongest mind fairies in the fairy world, and you almost blocked her. You're powerful, Musa, and once you're in a situation where you can act on instinct, you'll realize that, assured Riven as he reached for Musa's hand. Flora looks over at the two of them talking. Riven notices her looking, and he pulls back his hand. Everything will be fine, Musa, said Riven as he walked away from the table. Musa could feel that something was bothering him, so she hurried after Riven to see what it was. Musa finds Riven outside on the rooftop, sitting at a table. Hey, Riven, are you okay? Fine, lied Riven. You're not a good liar, pointed out Musa as she sat down, feeling all of Riven's negative emotions. Sorry, replied Riven as he noticed Musa's eyes lighting up a pinkish purple, which was clear sign that she could feel his emotions. It's okay, Riven, you can tell me anything, assured Musa as she tried to reach for his hand, but Riven just pulled away. Musa, you and me, it's drama waiting to happen. I already know your friends don't approve of us hanging out. I don't care what they think, Riven, assured Musa as Flora As Flora walked to check on them. Hey, how do you feel about darts? Me and Helia versus you and Riven? Questioned Flora. Did you say something to Riven? Questioned Musa, changing the subject. I did, but I was just trying to look out for you, Musa. I appreciate that, Flora, but I didn't ask you to do that, replied Musa forcefully. Ta-da, drama, announced Riven as he walked away from the table. Riven, wait! Musa! Riven's not a good guy. According to who? You? Questioned Musa. No, like, objectively, trust me. Even if that were true, who the heck cares? I'm not proposing to him, Flora. We're literally just friends hanging out, assured Musa as she walked away, leaving Flora alone to think about everything. Meanwhile, back at Althea, Stella receives a text from Beatrix saying, Please help me. I don't know where I am. I think some old ruin outside town. Desborough is here with me as well. Beatrix also sends a picture of what the area looks like around her. Stella decides to call her friends to tell them that Beatrix and Despora have been captured. Meanwhile, at the end of Beatrix's phone, Valtor puts the phone down on his desk. Icy walks in to check on him. Is it done? Yes. Now what? Questioned Icy. Now we wait. Icy walks into another room where Darcy is locked up from Beatrix. Icy, this is wrong and you know it. Why would this man turn you against your sisters? Questioned Darcy. You're not my sister, and neither is Stormy. You left me, so all I have left to do is get revenge on you and Althea for how they treat witches, replied Icy coldly. We're sorry we left you, but can you blame us? Our whole lives we've been people's little henchmen. For once, why can't we just do something for ourselves? Questioned Darcy. It doesn't matter now. You left me. Whatever happens next to Stormy is on you, said Icy as she walked away and closed the door behind her. Icy leans up against the door and sheds a tear, but quickly wipes it away, realizing she can't show any kind of weakness or regret. And that is the end of chapter 5. Tomorrow we will read chapter 6. I hope you guys enjoyed that chapter reading. That is all I have for you guys today. Bye!